All right, you guys, I am here on opening day of Epic Universe, May 22nd, and I am staying at Helios. And I actually got a one-night stay in their grand suite here. And I'm going to give you a room tour and just show you how amazing this is. I'm so excited. All right, you first walk in here, there's a lot going on, but we have to just go straight to what we're here for, which is the park view. And there's a show going on right now. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Oh, you can see everything. Over here, we've got you can see just the entrance into the Ministry of Magic area. You can see Stardust Racers, Isle of Berk. You can see any of the fountain shows that go on. I apologize, we just turned up the AC, like cranked it up to 68. So if you hear that in the background, I apologize, that's what that is. But I have to give you this view. It is just spectacular. All of the fountains and everything, it's just, oh, if I could be corny, it's epic. All right, more and more and more of this to come of this view, because this is exactly why I booked this. Now it's time for an actual room tour. So let's go back to the front door and let's start this. All right, you guys, we are back at the front here and we're going to start a room tour of the Helios Grand Suite here. If we first walk in, there is a half bath right here when you first walk in. I don't know why this is so cool to me. There's a little issue with it that I'm going to point out to you, but it's kind of cool. All right, let's take a look. Making our way into the half bath here. This, my dear friends, is just so cool to me to have a half bath because there's a whole other bathroom to use here. But they have a beautiful counter space and then, of course, a toilet for the necessities. The issue, though, I'm going to come in here. I keep the lights off in here because I wanted to show you this. So they have the light switch here, on, off. It's off, obviously, now. And on is just that one little light there, right next to the door. That's the only light in this bathroom. So a tad bit of an issue there. There's no light around the mirror or anything to wash your hands. It's kind of weird. But so far, that's been the only negative I've seen. Lighting in here is, besides this bathroom, it's just so cute. I love the different chandeliers and everything that they have in here. It keeps the gold theme and the sun theme going throughout. You have your full-length mirror here, which if you've seen any of my resort tours and any of my room tours, is a must for any hotel room. So definitely cool here, and I'm about to fix it because it's a little crooked, but that's just my OCD coming in. We're gonna make our way in here, and before we head to our left, we're gonna head to our right. We have our own dining room here. It has 6 chairs, and they're just beautiful velvet chairs. Nice sized table here. I mean, you could even fit more than 6 people around here if you needed to, but you have 6 chairs, a nice chandelier here. There's also beautiful artwork over here on the side. It just gives it this very nice homey feeling. Everything has this blue and pink pattern to it, and it keeps with the theme throughout the entirety of the suite here, from the carpets all the way up to the artwork and to the furniture. But now that we are done with the dining room, I'm gonna skip on over here. We have a full-size bar here with more seating for everybody to be at. And then over here, a nice spacious kitchenette. So you have everything from your own microwave, which is just unheard of in hotel rooms. That's amazing. And you have this huge refrigerator down here. Of course, you have your standard Keurig that you have in all Universal hotel rooms. You have your own sink to be able to wash dishes, fill your water up, whatever you need to use that for. Ice bucket. We'll go over this in a little bit, but you have your own iPad here that you use to control everything in this room. It's super cool, high tech, love it. And then over here you have this huge pantry. I mean, you can use it for whatever you want, but it's right here next to the kitchenette. I don't think you could fit enough food in here. Like, I don't think you can fit enough people in this room for the amount of food you can actually fit into this pantry. So it's a little bit of wasted space at some degree. At the same time, it's like, rather have more storage space than not. It is on my checklist of rooms when I do resort tours, so storage is a must. But we're gonna make our way, keep going over here. Next up is our seating area, living room area. You have a full sectional here of beautiful spot to be able to sit and relax. You can see straight out to the park, sit down, watch TV, plus additional seating over here with an additional chair. You have your coffee table and your TV. You can sit here, be watching How to Train Your Dragon, and then just look out into the park there and see Isle of Berg. I mean, just how cool is that? It's just really cool. I know I'm a little bit of a fanatic when it comes to theme parks, so I'm more excited maybe than some, and it may come off a little weird, but I'm not apologetic about it. I have been watching this be built for 5 years. I was more than thrilled to be here for the previews and just enjoy it. Didn't film anything because I was just so excited to be here, and I wanted to really experience it because I've been looking forward to it for so long. So it's just, and to be in here, like, I'm not going to spend this kind of money on a regular room most times anyways, but one night on opening day of Epic Universe, splurge a little bit. But it may be good for you because we're going to head over to the next spot in this room. So come on, let's go. All right, now it's time for the grand reveal here. This is going to be the king size bed. This is the bedroom here. You have this beautiful king size bed. Not a huge fan of the bedding. The blankets are a little tough looking, but I do definitely like the headboard here. It's absolutely beautiful. I love anything floral. Not really sure how it goes with Helios side of it, but totally trying to figure that out. Maybe the sun is because it creates flowers and that's why it's all floral. Maybe, I don't know. If you know why, tell me. I would love to know, but I do love, again, the lighting structures that are in here. You have nightstands on each side. Each of the nightstands too also have drawers for you for storage. Let's just take a quick pop in here and see what we got. Nice big storage space. And I don't think that anything comes out from there. It's just decorative. You have 2 regular outlets. You have your USB, UBC on both sides of each of the nightstands. So just on the sides of the bed here, not even looking further into where the other outlets are, you have 8 different regular outlets plus 8 USB plus 4 UBCs. Like, they did good. Moving over here, you have the floor to ceiling, almost floor to ceiling windows overlooking Celestial Park here and all the portals. It's a beautiful view, but then you also have this nice setup with the chairs and the table and just being able to sit and relax. Like, this would be the perfect spot to sit here and just have coffee in the morning before you go out to the park, and this is your view. Just like, it's grand. It's the Helios Grand Suite. All right, I'm gonna stop being so corny, but it is pretty cool. All right, continuing on here, we also have a seating area here with a desk for you to be able to do some work, check up on your emails, whatever it is that you may need to be doing. There is a whole separate area for that, which is key for where I'm staying at a hotel. So I'm glad to see this, and you have your own separate chair here. You also have additional outlets that are going to be here too to plug in that computer. You have your UBC, and the 2 regular outlets as well. So I know I showed you guys the half bath when we first walked in, but that is nothing compared to what I'm about to show you right now. This is the master bathroom here, and it is absolutely huge. You have a double sink, huge vanity, huge mirror, nice lighting. You have tons of storage here. The storage is a little small, but there's tons of it. So you have these different drawers here that you can put your stuff into. Now, all of these do not open. They are just here decorative. However, there are 2 on each side of the drawers and plenty of counter space. And you also do have some space underneath if you needed to put some bags underneath there as well. You do have your makeup mirror over here on the side, and then the additional lighting around the mirror too. It's pretty key. Another nice thing that they have here too is the outlets on each side of the vanity here. So you have two regular over on this side as well as over here. So plenty of space to get ready. Two people can be getting ready in here at the same time. Absolutely huge. But this shower is absolutely massive. One of the nice things is it brings the blue into the bathroom here with these blue subway tiles. Gives it that nice grand look, epic look to it. Shower head doesn't look like anything fancy, but it is. And you also have all of your shampoos and your conditioner and soaps like you do in all of your Universal hotels, as well as a nice seating area in this walk-in shower as well. Okay, finally for rooms, we have this massive toilet room that's in the master bathroom here. And it's just, there's so much extra space in here too. Like you could store stuff in here if you just ran out of space somehow. This has the same issue as the front in the sense that it has just this one little tiny light for in here. However, at least this one is centered, so everything's lit and everything's white in here, so it makes it lighter. A little weird. I'm not sure the design reason for this, but I'd be interested to hear. But anyways, this bathroom is absolutely massive. All right, you guys, we have just made it back to the room here and it is nighttime. We had some dinner, we had some drinks, we had some good conversation with some wonderful people here at the hotel here at Helios. And I just wanted to point out a couple of other things that we tested out and saw after I did my quick, very quick room tour earlier today. But I wanted to show you some of the technology that's here in this room and everything that it has to entail, because it's a little high tech. My brother was here earlier, spending the day with me, and he helped me figure out everything that's here. So I'm going to try to show you at least a couple of things. So one of the things with this giant room that I have been blessed to be in today, paid for, yes, but blessed still nonetheless, and there's a lot of lights in here. There's working drapes that are automatic by buttons. And so there are buttons all around where in one little touch, you can actually turn everything on, everything off, open your curtains. It's
fantastical. So I just wanted to show you a couple of those things here.
So in the living room, dining room area here, you're gonna see that you have these buttons that are placed here on the wall. So you've got your shears, your drapes, bedroom, living room. So what is all this for? So basically if you press the shears, it's gonna close the sheer drapes that are there. The drape button is gonna close or open the solid drapes, the blackout drapes. If you press bedroom, it's gonna either turn all the lights on or all the lights off in the bedroom area. Same for the living room. So these are really cool to just be able to quickly turn everything on and off, whether you're coming in or out. And then also in the bedroom, you have the same thing where you can turn all on or off, the bedroom on and off. You have the privacy button here. Now this privacy button, if you press that, that is gonna show up on the outside of the door, showing that there's privacy. It's just a little red button, so I don't know how well it works, but nonetheless, it is still there, so that's really cool. And then you also have another drapes and shears for the ginormous windows that are in this room as well. All right, so over here by the front door, we have our privacy and service buttons here. And we can press this because we're going to be head to bed here, so we want to give ourselves some privacy. But we also have our all on, all off, and this is actually going to turn everything off in the entire room, bedroom, bathrooms, everything. So right now everything is on. I press this to make sure everything is on. I'm just going to show you in here what this looks like. All right, now I'm pressing the button. Pretty freaking cool. Pretty freaking cool. And we're gonna take a little jaunty over here to our windows again and just give you some of the views here of Epic Universe at nighttime from the Parkview rooms. It is just crazy beautiful. All right, so now I'm gonna show you the iPad. So I believe that Aventura has a similar system. I don't know if it's exactly the same because I have not been able to stay there yet, but they have an iPad that controls everything in this room. It is crazy cool. All right, so this right here is your iPad, and you're just gonna take a little button out over here, open that up, and you have everything you can do. You can open your drapes, close them. You can stop them in the middle. You can handle your lights over here, turning on the bed, the reading lights, the desk lamp. And then there's a whole overview of all the different things you can do on this app. Now, this is just in the controls of this room. Another thing you can also do is control your media, which is going to be your TV. You can make sure you can set up your Netflix and Hulu and everything to cast onto the TV there as well. And the room controls, you can do so many different things. You can even change the AC, turn it on and off, put it on high or low, change the temperature over here. It is so cool. Another thing that you can do over here is you can make reservations. You can see about the hotel. So if you go into about the hotel, it's going to give you a bunch of different options. So you can see the hotel map here. This is going to show you where everything is. It's interactive, and you can just kind of see exactly where everything is if you're looking for it. Makes it very easy to be able to do. You can go into in-room dining, restaurants, and dining at Universal all over the park. So not even just at Epic, but all the other Universal hotels and resorts here. You can also look it up here and see what is available. If we go into restaurants here, it will show you all the restaurants that are available. And you have your Flora Taverna, which we ate dinner at tonight. Bar Helios, which has small bites, and it's a bar with a bunch of different like custom drinks that are very unique. Then you have the Lotus Lagoon. This is by the pool. And then you also have Aurora Market here. Here you can view hours in the menu, and you can even make reservations as well from this iPad. The other good thing is this iPad comes off of the charging stand, and you can take it anywhere you need to in the room. So you can be sitting over here watching Epic Universe at night and all the lights and all the beautiful things going on. Really cool. I'm really excited in case you couldn't tell. And you can just be sitting here and you can have your trusty little iPad, and you can go See, right now we have everything on all on. I'm gonna switch to all off. And now we can enjoy just the beautiful lights of Epic Universe at night. Now I know staying in a suite here at Helios is not going to be on everybody's list of can-dos or even want-to-dos, but I just wanted to give you a glimpse of what you'd be getting if you were contemplating staying here, or even if you just wanted to do a one-night stay like I am and just experience it for one time. It's pretty grand. Sorry for the pun. The Grand Suite is grand. Yes, I'm a little gasped for words to explain it, but it's actually way nicer than I thought. I've watched some room reviews before I stayed here just to kind of get an idea of what was available and what to expect. And I honestly was not super impressed with anything that I saw. But when I walked in to the actual room, it looks completely different. A lot more grand, a lot more elegant, a lot more luxury than it looked like in other people's videos. So I'm hoping I was able to show you some of that. I will say, for the price of what I paid for this room for one night, it is a little bit more than I would suggest to anybody or really recommend. However, this is a one-off. Maybe if you're having a special event or celebrating something special, or again, like I said, just want to do it for one time and experience it for one night. Is it worth it? Yeah, it kind of is. I wish I could stay here longer. I will be back here next week and be doing a full resort tour and doing a regular room review, and I will be able to describe to you if that is worth it or not and be able to give you the full review. But I wanted to just show you a glimpse of what they have here. This is pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. And I would recommend this if you're in that boat. However, cost-wise, there are way cheaper options if you're looking for a budget. This is not a budget concerning room at all. It's definitely for people looking for a little bit of luxury, and it does deliver on that. Is it the most luxurious room ever? No, but it is grand and it is beautiful and new, and it has the most amazing views that you'll probably ever experience when it comes to Epic. Just being able to see it from up here from the 8th floor and look down on it. And we did get to see a bunch of things today too, in the park, of just, you know, looking through the windows here and then being able to go to the terrace downstairs when they did the nighttime show and the fountains. And it wasn't the greatest view. It's not like being in the park where everything is kind of like a good view. It was a little obstructed and not as grand as being in the park when you see that. However, it was a perk. I wish we would have come up to the room to see it, because we're not going to have this opportunity to see it all the time from up here, but they don't pump the music in, so we wouldn't have been able to experience that. I will say that when we were down on the terrace, the music wasn't very loud anyways, so it was really hard to hear, so we didn't really get that benefit. If Universal happens to be watching this video by any chance, or if any of you know people that work at Universal, highly suggest pumping that music into the rooms. What I mean by that is having a channel available on the TV where if people want to watch it from the rooms, they can turn it on and the music's being pumped in. And then that way you can experience it and give an extra value to paying a little bit extra to have the park view. I really think that would just add value that doesn't cost them a lot, but it makes the customer have that value. Now, as we were talking about budgeting and costs, I'm sure you're wondering how much this suite actually costs. Last time I looked, this room was going for $1,100 a night. It's not what I paid, but it is going for that now. When I edit this video, I will put in what it currently is at that time. And oh, hold on. Yeah! Okay, sorry. Again, one of the other reasons why this is so cool to be in this room, the Burning Blade Tavern was just on fire. I mean, it's almost midnight now and it just went on fire, and it was the first time seeing it from the room. We were down by the pool, which is right next to Dark Universe earlier, and we got to see it from there, and it was crazy. It looked bigger from farther away than it does when you're actually in the park, and it was the coolest thing. So
easily distracted. I have a feeling that prices will eventually come down once the novelty of it being new and the demand of it goes down a little bit. I think they are starting to price people out of staying here. It's a beautiful room. It's epic. The view is to die for, and it is a luxurious room. I'm happy I'm getting to spend a night here and just being able to enjoy it and show you what potentially you may want to enjoy as well, either now or sometime in the future. I will be doing a full resort tour. I will be doing a room review of a standard room here so you can see what that looks like and the prices of that as well, and see if this is a place you want to stay when you come to Epic. But if you're looking for anything to do with Universal or Disney, specifically if you're looking for anything to do with Epic anytime soon, I'll be doing full reviews of each of the portals. And so if you want to see those videos and plan out your vacation and your days at Epic to make them just a little bit easier for you, subscribe. And I will be putting those out for you, and I'm so excited to be able to show those to you and to share this experience. And I'm here to show you how to have the best time, get the best bang for your buck while you're here, and the things to do and the things to avoid. So I'm really excited to bring that to you. But until next time, I'm Shannon with One Spark of Magic, and I'm wishing you the most epic of days. Bye-bye.